today we're going to go through the process of setting up the weld camber on an ideal BAS 50 welder. This is a benchtop machine. The process I'm going to show you is also the same process you would go through for a BAS 065 welder. So the first thing we want to do is make sure that our power is in the on position. Next, we're going to go to the back side and we're going to take and turn down our clamping pressure. So this is set at 250 bar, which is the normal operating pressure. We're going to bring that down to 50 bar. The reduction in this pressure is done so that we don't damage the straight edge. At this point, we want to validate that our jaw voltage is in no weld. This is pointed at 0. If your machine were previously set up at any one of these taps, this needs to be brought back to 0 for this process. This is extremely important just to avoid any accidents. So the tools you're going to need for this are a qualified straight edge. The device I'm using here is a Starrett straight edge, guaranteed to be within 1/1000 over 24 inches. You're going to need shim stock. I have two values here, both a 5/1000 and a 10/1000. And then lastly, a 5mm Allen wrench. Get the process started. We're going to loosen both of our outboard guides through the set screw on the bottom. Pull that forward. Repeat the process. Loosen your screw. Pull that guide forward. Next, we're going to verify that our inboard guides are both set on the same step. In this case, we're both set at 3mm. We're going to take the camber bar, put it through, making sure that it goes beyond both of the outboards. I'm going to pull it towards both inboards, make sure I have good contact with no gap. Now I'm going to use the machine's hydraulics to clamp the bar. At this point, I determine whether I want to use a 5/1000 or a 10/1000 shim stock. Other values can be used based on what you're looking for camber. For our application, we're going to use a 5/1000. So I'll put one shim stock on this side. And over here, I'm going to stand this up vertically, and I'm going to slide that guide so that I capture that shim stock in between the bars. Changing my hand position, I'm going to grab the front with my thumb, the other side with my finger, pinching that shim stock between the bar, and now I'm going to secure that set screw to capture that position. Come back over to the other side. I'm going to repeat the process exactly the same, putting the shim stock in between this surface, capturing it so that it's snug. And now I'm going to capture that with the set screw on the bottom, making sure I secure that position. So what I've done is I've effectively added weld camber to both sides, very uniform, using the shim stock. Now I simply pull the shim stock out of here, and there's a little resistance. That's good. Unclamp my bar, remove my straight edge, place it out of the way. I'm going to go back to the back of the machine and restore my operating pressure for my clamping. This is extremely important, otherwise you'll incur slippage when you go to weld. Bring this up to 250 bar, our normal pressure for this machine on that setting. And now I'm going to come over here and I'm going to apply the appropriate tap selection for the jaw voltage so that when I initiate my weld, I'll get my sparks. That's the entire process for setting up the weld camber on an ideal benchtop welder.